Alright guys, here goes the experiment. Let's see how it works. Alright, what I'm going to do, we're going to do a new drawing. What we're going to make is basically the cell phone body first before we worry about making the case. We're going to do it in metric. I'm going to do a standard part in millimeter. Alright, then I'm going to create a sketch. I'm going to do it on my XY plane. And then I'm going to make a rectangle. So I'll come up here, I'll just draw the rectangle. I can edit the size then. I do dimension, pull it out. Alright, this dimension is going to be 62.1 millimeters. It didn't disappear, it just made it much bigger. So I have to zoom out here, do another dimension. And this one is going to be 115.55 millimeters. Gotta place it first. 5. Alright, now to make it easier, I'm going to center it on my origin. So basically this point here. To do that, I can just pull another dimension. Pull it out. 62.1 divided by 2. If I pull one going the opposite way, 115.55 divided by 2. Alright, that will center up for me. I can finish my sketch. Zoom out so I can see it again. I'm going to extrude. Alright, the thickness on this one is going to be 9 millimeters. I'm going to extrude it away from me. It doesn't really matter, we're going to be adding to it anyway. I'll check the box. Now I'm going to make another extrusion, another part that is exactly the same size, just a little bit thinner. So I'm going to do 2D sketch. I can just click on the face. I'll do rectangle, one corner, opposite corner. Finish sketch, extrude. Now this one's going to be 3.3. And I want to make sure I'm extruding out from the original. I don't want to extrude back into it because that'll actually end up cutting it. And click OK. Now I have the basic box outline shape. Now I'm going to round the corners. So I'm going to use fillet. The fillet nut size I'm going to use is a 6 millimeter. And then I just go around and click on all 4 corners. Select it and I'm good. Now I'm going to add a fillet to the top edge. The face closest to me, the thinner part, that's 3.33 or 3.3. Alright, this radius is going to be 4.3. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to select this top edge and we'll do the entire thing all at once. Now I'm going to do the back side. Feeling freezes on me a little bit there. Alright, the back side is going to be a different size fillet. This fillet is going to be 8 millimeters. Select it, you should see it rounds it a little bit more. Alright, so I have the basic shape in. Now, what you can do, let me check it, it's lagging a little bit. We can change the properties, what these parts actually look like. For the back here, I'll just change that. If I right click and go down here to properties, if I change it from as feature, I'm going to make the back polished chrome. Select OK. As I move it around, it gives it the appearance of a polished chrome face. Let me come back here to the front. Alright, on the front face, the side with the smaller radius, I'm going to add the next part. I'm going to select that face to draw my sketch on. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to offset this outside border. I'm going to pull it in. Let me zoom in a little bit. The distance in doesn't really matter. It will only let me go so far. I'm going to place it, and then what I can do is add a dimension. Zoom in here to here. Pull it out to the side. And then that distance is going to be 1.065. And that's the offset distance I will need. So right now I'm making the screen. Now I'm going to make the home button here. So I'm going to come, you can use a line to draw the distance up. I'll just do a circle so it's a little bit different. I want it centered top to bottom or left to right, depending which way your phone's orientated. Alright, the size of the circle is going to be 8.135. That makes a circle. And if I dimension point to offset line and place it, that distance should be 9.68. Enter that. Now that basic shape is done. If you drew a line, the 9.68 to make the circle, make sure you delete that line. I'm going to do finish sketch. Now I'm going to cut or extrude this face. The distance is going to be 0.2. And I want to go in, I want to cut. When I change the direction, it'll automatically change the cut for me. Select OK. If I move it a little bit, you can kind of see the very edge of the button. The button's raised up. Now I'm going to add a feature to the button. If it's an iPhone, this would kind of be your home button here. I'm going to select a circle, same center point as that one. This circle is going to be a diameter of 4. Now I'm going to extrude cut, so I'll finish my sketch. Extrude, select the inside circle. The distance is going to be 0.44. And again, I'm going to change it so that it cuts in. Select OK. Now, iPhones, new ones, old ones, the buttons don't really have sharp edges. So I'm going to add a fillet to it just to smooth it out. I'm going to put the fillet as 2 millimeters. I'm going to select the inside top edge. You can kind of see where it's going to make a little dimple radius down to the part that I just cut. Again, if you're having problems seeing these, you can always change the material that they're made out of. I'm going to leave it where it is now because I'm going to change those in a second. Alright, now I'm going to make the actual screen. So I'm going to start, I'm going to do another sketch. I'm going to select my face here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Alright, I'm going to make a rectangle. I'm not worrying about the size of it. I'm going to reference the edges to get the size of this rectangle. So I'll do a dimension here to here. This distance is going to be 2 millimeters. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Place it 2 millimeters. The bottom is going to be 18 millimeters. And then the top is going to be 8 millimeters. Alright, now I'm not done. If you want to actually hear anything out of the phone, we're going to cut a little indent hole here for the speaker. Alright, I'm going to do the same basic thing. I'm going to cut a make a rectangle. I'll add a dimension. I'm going to get the size of it right first. Alright, this one is going to be 10 tall and 1 wide. The distance in from the outside edge, let me zoom in so it's a little easier to see, here to here is going to be 4 millimeters. Now I also want to center it top to bottom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this edge to, it won't let me select the midpoint here. So let me just draw a temporary line here at my midpoint. So I'll go, nope. Distance, hold on, I remember what I did wrong here. Alright, I want to come from this midpoint out. There we go, dimension from here to here, and pull it out. The whole thing's 10. If I want to center it, it should be 5. You just want to make sure you get rid of this line here so that you don't have any extra lines that tend to mess with your extrusion. Now I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude. Zoom this way a little bit. Alright, the faces I'm going to select. I'm going to select this part, which would be the screen. And I'm going to select this inside, which would be the speaker hole. The size is going to be 0.2 millimeters. And I want to cut it down. Again, make sure it changed to cut. Click OK. Then I have the basic shape here. Now, the rest is all just cosmetics. Once you have this basic shape, the phone body or dummy is pretty much done. I'll come in here, go to properties. I'll change my screen to some sort of glass, something shiny. It'll actually change the texture of it too. So I'll just do gunmetal polished. Select OK. I'll make the face around it. I'll do copper polished. Again, even with the light source, as it moves around, you'll be able to see it reflecting, kind of change the way it's looking. You can go through and edit all the faces you want to. You don't necessarily have to edit all of them. Alright, we're just using this as one part of assembly to create